Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to New Face Entertainment. Here we have a very interesting story about the Nigerian ambassador to the US, and this is not a story that was really trending. In fact, about a year ago, the immediate removal of the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America was called for, and it was in the website of change.org. They asked for the removal. About 100 and 1,600 people signed, and it only needs just 200 and 2,500 people to sign for it to be listened to. So the petition was not fully signed, but I'm going to give you full details of who Sylvester, the Nigerian ambassador, is, a little bit of his background, and some of the checks on why he was to be removed in the first instance. It's quite a long one, but I'm going to read it. All right. Ambassador Sylvanus Adiwere Nsofor is the 84-year-old man that is occupying the space and competing job space while sophisticating the destinies of his three generations after him. This man should be on a geriatric payroll of the federal and state government in a nursing home. Rather, a consulate member in DC seems to be the nursing home where he's being buttered and bred. It breeds its greed, even if they forced it on him by way of common logic and patriotism. Should he not have rejected it? Productivity is, as an ambassador, is definitely zero, even negative, because those who should be busy with other diplomatic responsibilities are busy supporting and enhancing his mobility. It's ridiculous and annoying. Legislators should discuss this nonsense and trash this mess out. It's an eyesore. What is the problem? The process that brought this man to office as an ambassador lacked integrity. The recommendations of DSS against his appointment was discarded. The ambassador is not fit medically, physically, morally, cognitively, diplomatically, and all ramification. And all ramification. Who does it affect? This situation affects all citizens of Nigeria, most especially those living in the United States. Is a disservice to the nation and the people, hence a waste of taxpayers' money. Why does it matter? Investigation shows that he was appointed by reason of cronyism, despite all efforts to prevent his appointment by the DSS and the Senate during appointment. His conditions do not meet the requirements for the optimal services as needed by the Nigerian people, both at home and in diaspora. A call for the immediate removal of Nigerian ambassador to the US. Born on March 17, 1935, Nsofor was appointed a judge in 1977 and he spent 28 years on the bench, 13 of which were as a justice of the Court of Appeal. He also taught law at Holborn College of Law in London. On March 1, 2017, Sylvanus Nsofor re-entered the limelight after more than a decade on sabbatical. Two things were responsible. One, on that day, the Senate screened him, An 80-year-old man, following his nomination as a non-career ambassador by President Muhammadu Buhari, an ailing 74-year-old president nominating an aged 82-year-old ambassadorial candidate made for such interesting news. 2. The Nigerian defiantly told the Senate that there was no way he would recite the national anthem as he had been instructed by Gbenga Ashafa, an All Progressive Congress senator representing Lagos West. "Why should I do so?" he reportedly said. "You should have sent me a syllabus." When Monsurat Sumano, chairman of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, presented her report on Nsofor screening, she said his responses to the issues raised were either not answered or devoid of details and mostly satirical. A member of the committee also asked him if he knew about IT. "What is IT?" he asked. "It's for your age, not mine." Asked if he was not too old for the job, he told the senators to go and ask Mugabe, who is still working. The Senate, sensing that he had shown his temperament, asked him to take a bow and leave. He wasn't confirmed, of course. After Nsofor's rejection by the Senate, Buhari renominated him. When he reappeared before the upper chamber on Wednesday, the retiree changed his approach. It was clear he had learned his lessons. And even though a report by the Department of State Services indicted him, the committee went ahead to confirm him. Asked at the screening how he would relate with the newly inaugurated 39-year-old French President Emmanuel Macron. If, for instance, he was deployed as Nigeria's ambassador to France, Nsofor's response was measured this time. "Politeness is the key," he said. "I will respect him despite his age." The DSS report still maintained that he would not be able to perform the duty of an officer due to his advanced age. However, the committee believes that he should not be penalized based on age since he was able to demonstrate the necessary skills during the exercise. According to investigation, the appointment was obviously compensatory based on his notoriety against Obasanjo's rigged election in 2003, being the only member of the tribunal who rejected a proponent to declare Obasanjo the winner, while his stand favored the then ANPP candidate Buhari. To further expatiate, should anyone be shocked by Nsofor's defiance? Not anyone who knew him in his younger years. He earned notoriety during his membership of the appeal court panel that decided the election tussle between Muhammadu Buhari, presidential candidate of the All Nigerian People's Party, and Olusegun Obasanjo, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, who was declared winner of the 2003 presidential election. Of the three justices on the panel, he alone did not endorse the final judgment upholding Obasanjo's victory. In a minority ruling, he said the deployment of the soldiers and police was to intimidate innocent electorate as alleged by the petitioners, Major General Buhari and ANPP. If not, why is it that no PDP member was killed or shot? 6 innocent Nigerians were shot dead in the police station, others were injured, all were ANPP members. Why did law enforcement agencies turn their eyes from various atrocities inflicted on innocent Nigerians by the army and the police? The deployment of military and the police who killed several innocent Nigerians desirous to exercise their voting right was unconstitutional. I accept the petitioner's unchallenged evidence, and I find that there was violence perpetrated by President Obasanjo and INEC. The presidential election could not have been conducted under this situation to qualify this election as free and fair. Democracy and insecurity can never be bedfellows. In my opinion, therefore, there was no presidential election conducted in this state where there was violence. Despite the parade of Nsofor's acclaimed integrity, he by himself erased his patriotic historic, having accepted such offer to be appointed ambassador at 82. Being recalled from legal retirement, this is a scenario that could be likened to profiteering from public service, compensatory appointment, a typical practice of cronyism, the appointment of friends and associates to positions of authority without proper regard to their qualifications. Nsofor is obviously not fit for the office, not by health, not by age, not by agility, not by cognition as a result of old age. One thing that may shock Nigerians is to realize that Nsofor is being paid as a retired tribunal judge as well as a country ambassador. We consider this practice as an unnecessary waste of national resources and taxpayers' money. His integrity should define that to him as an act of impunity and practice of corruption. We hereby reject him and call for his removal out of office as a matter of urgency. He must resign from being an ambassador and from any public service with immediate effect. Reference International Center for Investigative Report. He must be removed and replaced by a way more competent and way more younger and qualified diplomat. This petition was written by Prince Arugbajoye O. Davidson. Well, finally, he is late, and this was just a year ago. That's all you need to know about this man, the late Nigerian ambassador to the United States, Ambassador Sylvanus Nsofor.
Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends to subscribe to this channel.